It's popping hoe bags. I can't even. I can't even. Oh man, that's the new opener, guys. That's the new. I'm gonna say that in every video from now on. Like, unsubscribe, dislike the video, unsubscribe. Very unprofessional, not family friendly. What's up, everybody? Today we're gonna go. I'm gonna show you guys my Rift Beast teams. I get these questions every so often. Did you really show us, or is this good for Rift? I need help with this Rift team. I need help with that team. There's some guidelines. I'll show you guys my teams, and I'll show you guys guidelines. I'm not trying to necessarily go for the biggest damage possible. I just want to get consistent triple S results. I don't need to do, and there's some things that I could optimize to get better. There's a few that very, very big ones that I can do to just multiply this by I could literally do 1,000,000 more damage easily if I tweaked a few things. But I'm not really too worried about that. I'm not going to go out of my way to focus on this for weeks at a time to try to improve my damage by 1,000,000. It's the same results whether you do 4,000,000 damage or 20,000,000 damage. It's the same. You get the same drops. It's as long as it's triple S, you get the same stuff. So anyway, there's a few things to point out. Guidelines overall. Number one, if you're early game, don't do Rift Beasts. Don't. It's just a waste of time. At least have 6-starred monsters awakened with 5 and 6-star runes. Okay, that's the minimum. Okay, if you're doing them with 4-star unawakened monsters and you're trying to do it early game, don't. This is end game content. Keep farming giants, dragons, keep 6-starring your monsters, awakening your monsters, stuff like that. Everyone should be awakened max level, right? Awakened max level, 5 and 6-star runes. If you don't have that, you're oh, I'm trying to improve my Rift Beast score. No, you should be working on Dragon Speed 10, Giant Speed 10, stuff like that, right? Okay, so anyway, getting that out of the way, there's a few fundamental things you are not trying to do. This is not really for sustain teams. You don't want to oh, I want a safe team. You don't build safe, you build damage. YOLO, you want to do as much damage as fast as possible to get the best score, right? To get the best score, to get the biggest damage. That's kind of what you want to focus on. Big single toe. Overall, element advantage is huge. If you have the fire one, you want to use mostly water monsters at least. You want to use water monsters have a big element advantage. If you have the water one, you want to use wind monsters. I know I have some water monsters in here, but you want to use wind monsters have a big advantage. That's going to get you an even better score. So I could get, if I had wind monsters and I had a few other tweaks, I could actually get easily some bigger damage on here. Wind one, fire monsters, etc, etc. The light one, you want to use dark monsters. The dark one, you want to use light monsters. Overall, the dark one, kind of using light monsters is kind of tricky for the dark one, because you do also need, well, I'll get into that in a second, but element advantage is huge. Also, a leader skill of attack power is great here too. Attack power or crit rate, I wouldn't really go with, I mean by far, those are the best leader skills, right? Big single target burst damage, and also defense break and brand is huge. You want to have multiple monsters with defense breaks, first skill, brands first. Well, brands, there's not too many monsters. Who has a brand first skill? I think one of the beast monks does. But as long as they have a brand, right? Brand is great. Defense break is necessity, right? When he's in groggy state, of course. So I'll show you guys my teams. This is my water team. Okay, so you see I have water attack power leader skill. I have double AoEs on this guy. I also have, now he's just ruined for this, right? He's just ruined for this. And he's not this could be grinded, this could be maxed. I changed his runes around a little bit. His skills aren't even maxed either. So I really didn't focus on I need to get 50 billion damage on here. I'm am I doing triple S? That's fine, that's all I need. Right? So this is I just wanted attack for damage attack, and whatever else is good. He's got double AoEs, right? He's got a defense break here. He's got a defense break here. He's got also multiple debuffs as well, which does help when I bring in Xiaolin, which has a defense break on the first skill, and she's got big damage that increases based on the amount of debuffs that are on the enemy for this third skill, right? So that's nice. So we have those two already, and I use her for the single target damage. I'm not really worried about her for the. This is not enough to be considered an AOE, right? An area of effect skill. It can do damage to multiple targets, but that's not really why she's there. That's not why I'm bringing her. But one of the important reasons is defense break on the first skill. I use Soha in here because she's got. She actually, if I was gonna rune her specifically for Rift Beasts, I would use Fatal or Rage. I wouldn't make her this fast. I would give her higher crit rate. I wouldn't care about her accuracy. So she's kind of ruined for other stuff too. But I just happen to be... Oh, I can grind on some of these too, can't I? Good to know, good to know. But I would be focused on like this. I would put like a heavy crit rate, crit damage slot 3 on here. If I was worried about her, I would take speed away and I would just do way more damage. Speed and accuracy away and more crit rate, crit damage, and attack power for her if I was just using her for this, right? But she's used for 2 different things, so she's mostly for the other thing, and then she's also used here, and it works. So she's here for this attack power leader skill. These Ninetales girls are amazing in Rift Beasts. Amazing, because you want element advantage already, and this is 40% attack power leader skill. It's crazy. That's really, really good. She's got this big single target damage, and she's got this, which is an AoE. Great, great, because we do want the AoEs. Then we have this girl. I love her for this. I don't need as much. I would focus on less on the speed, and I would like more crit rate if possible for here. But she's on speed, crit damage, attack. I don't remember what else I was using. I keep changing her runes all the time, but I can actually change it some more. I don't need speed on here. Whatever, it's fine. It's fine. Speed, crit damage, attack. But I would really go for attack, crit damage, attack for these Rift Beasts in general, right? So what do I have? What do I have? Because you want to do speed subs, still speed substats, but that's fine. You just want to do as much damage as possible. And we have, what is this? It's AoE, right? AoE, multiple targets, and then another AoE. And this also decreases defense. So I have another monster that defense breaks and multiple AoEs, right? And you can even use her attack power leader skill too. If you have like a mix between fire monsters and water monsters, you can still use her attack power leader skill. It's not 40%, but it's still a good leader skill, right? Multiple. I mean, she's fantastic in here. She's fantastic in here. Then we have this girl. Now I'm not this. She's not even ruined for this either. She's ruined for other stuff, and I just happen to be using her for this. She's here for 2 things. She's there for the attack power buff for the team, and she's there because she has an AoE area of effect skill that also happens to have a defense break. So how many defense breaks are on here? We have, and then he's here. He's got a heal. He's got he's a damage dealer that does damage. Does a little heal too. So we really don't need him. But I was playing with him here a while ago for a video, and I'm like, let me just stick him in here. He seems to be doing good. Let me just keep him in here. So we have how many AoE damage dealers? We have Bastet. We have Reno times 2. Right, so that's 3. We have Soha, and then we have, I'm not going to count the Magic Knight's second skill, but I'm going to count her first, which is an AoE, and her third, which is an AoE. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 AoEs. Bastet defense breaks, Reno defense breaks, Xiaolin defense breaks, and Water Magic Knight defense breaks. Why can I Lapis? Why? Like, I know her name, right? I know her. Why can't I remember her name? So we have multiple defense breakers. We don't have a brand. Brand would be even better here. So we could use... We have other options we could use here, but we at least have those. I know probably a lot of people use Theomars here. Theomars is great here. What else is great here? Chandra wouldn't be that bad here. This Panda, Water Panda, would be pretty good here too. Water Panda, pretty good. Just a lot of things that have AoE damage dealing skills. Annabelle wouldn't be bad here. Sigmaris is really good here too because he's got the AoEs. He's got big single target damage as well. So what other things can we use here? Stella is great here. Very, very good here. I don't know why I don't use Stella here. Water Monkey is really good here actually. Who else? This guy, he's got a brand here. So he's actually pretty good here. Julie is pretty good here. The puree, water puree is pretty good here. But I just wanted to give you guys an overall. If you have like Water Chimera is awesome here too. Who else is awesome here? I mean, because Water Chimera has big single target damage and he has an AoE, right? So both of those are awesome here. But that's the general idea, the general rule of thumb on what's good for the Fire Rift Beast. For the Water Rift Beast, here we go. Okay, so Water Rift Beast, you get benefit from, for starters, I think Bernard should be in a lot of people's teams if they don't have some of these other things, because it's really based on, like, you want to have attack gauge boosters to get that freeze off of you. So you want to have, of course, Wind Leader skill, right? Attack power, Wind Monsters Leader skill. You want to have Wind Monsters Element Advantage. She does big single target damage, and she have a defense break over here with her third skill, and big single target damage overall. We have Tashar. He does big single target damage, of course. Then what else do we have? We have Xiaolin again, big single target damage and the defense break. She actually has. This is another great thing. The best oh my god, she's not maxed. Did I think she was maxed? I don't know if I thought she was maxed, but she's got attack or damage attack. I mean, like, these runes can be upgraded a lot. I thought I had. Do I not have? Oh, it's a Val rune. Okay. But these runes can be maxed. The skills can be better. They can be more skilled up to do even more damage than it is now, right? But fight runes are the #1 rune to use in all of the Rift Beasts. #1 to get the most damage overall, to get the best score overall. Fight runes. Stack as many crazy amounts of fight runes as you can, and you're gonna do significantly more damage. Millions more damage. Millions. Because if you add them up, this is the best value out of fight runes that you will get in the entire game. Because you get 6 monsters here. 6 monsters. So 6 monsters. Every time you stack fight runes, 6 monsters benefit from that. Whereas, like, if you tried it in Guild Wars, 3 monsters benefit from that. Also, raids, R5. If you're doing R5, you get most value from fight runes and stuff like that. But raids, you kind of need a little bit more sustain than you do here. Here, you kind of need. You just want to do as much damage as possible. So I'm surprised that I actually did. Is this? I don't think this was even my most damage. Okay, so I used the Wind Homunculus, but I don't even have him anymore, right? Because I changed him to my Fire Homunculus, which is fine. We've got this guy. He's got, again, I would go Fatal or Rage or something like that. Attack or damage attack for him if I was going to just use him. I'm surprised he's not grinded and stuff like that too. But he's got this attack power buff, and he's got a brand here, which is nice. She's got attack power buff too, and she also has an attack gauge boost, and she has a defense break. We don't really need. I mean, we do need a defense break. We do need a defense break, because even though we have Xiaolin, we have Sophia, we also have Orang. She does a defense break too here. We still need to make sure that we get enough defense breaks in, right? So I love to have as many defense breakers as possible. I don't just want to have like one defense breaker, one brander. Like, that's not enough. But yeah, 2 attack. We don't need, since we have, like, she does a 3-turn attack power buff. If we had like Megan or something like that, I could see us maybe using, like, maybe needing the Wind BK more. But he's there mostly for the brand, but also kind of for the attack power buff, right? Like I said, I'd run it for more damage. So, okay, what do we have next? The Wind one. This one is tricky. This one has challenged me for a while, and I think it's not like, people are like, oh, if you have Perna, well, that's an easy win. Perna did help, but actually the other things that helped, like, that I didn't realize were gonna help is. Jameer is really strong here. Jameer is really strong here with Brandia, because I was always using Brandia here. But Jameer, Brandia, and Fire Homunculus are really the big MVPs. Jasun is great too, because Jasun has the attack power buff, and she has HP balance, right? So you don't get to heal as much with this guy. And I still think that Lexi might be pretty cool here. That Fire Assassin. Because he stops you from heal. You don't heal as much in this one, right? Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? No, not that one. Anyway, you don't heal as much with him, and Lexi's passive. Let's go to Lexi. Let's go to Lexi. Lexi's passive. She also has a defense break and a brand, both, right? And I was talking about defense breaks and brands being very, very important here. Defense break and brand, and the passive decreases the damage that all other ally monsters receive by 15% and decreases the recovery amount by every monster on the battlefield. Does not accumulate with other similar effects, right? So she's basically like, she's kind of like Darian and Diaz, but she doesn't have the... I think that's how this works, is that since it doesn't accumulate with other similar effects, that decreased recovery, since he already blocks your, since he already decreases the recovery. Oh my god! Since he already decreases the recovery amount. I'm curious. There were so many times I was gonna build her. I'm like, should I build her for this? Should I see? But I think it wouldn't stack up. So I think there's basically no downside to that passive like there normally would be. Anyway, you don't need the Wind Panda. You could use the Fire Panda easy. Chasun, I would highly recommend using Chasun. But the beauty of Jameer is so strong here. Perna is great because Perna does big single target damage. There's no defense break though, or brand or anything. So Perna is just there for damage and a little bit of a heal. Brandia does big damage though with attack or damage attack. Okay. Brandy does big damage with this Touch of Mercy skill. Big damage. Also, she has a defense break too, which is big. Talking about defense breaks being very important here. Fire Homunculus. I think he's on weird runes. Yeah, he looks like he's on weird runes. Attack or damage attack. Still attack or damage attack. Could be better though. But he does a lot of damage with his eruption skill. It's like basically like a fire Xiaolin, right? Fire version of the Water Kung Fu Girl. Damage increases by 30% for each harmful effect on the enemy. So if we have a bunch of harmful effects, like Brandia has a few there. We have this doesn't continuous damage, right? Doesn't do anything. Leaves a brand here, right? So we have brand, big damage. Brandia also has 3 debuffs and big damage. Jameer, the great thing about Jameer, Jameer resets Chasun's 3rd skill, right? Jameer resets Brandy's 3rd skill. Jameer resets the Fire Homunculus 3rd skill. So they can do big burst damage, and then he resets them all, and then they do them again. Now, I don't have Jameer even, like, skilled up at all. But Jameer being skilled up, this would be even stronger, like, way stronger, right? So... And I would probably put like Jameer on full fight runes for here. It's not really about his runes, it's just about the fact that he's there. If he's there, his 3rd skill is skilled up, full fight runes, beautiful. Or maybe violent fight still. I still kind of like him having access to his 3rd skill as much as possible. And it's kind of a long cooldown, so. But you could use, if you don't have Jameer, you could use, I know a lot of people like to use Mav in here to reduce the cooldowns on all their big damage skills. So different options for these would be using, I think hold on, I want to take a look at that fire girl again. I didn't build her, but again, another one that I did not build, but I think could be, if people already have her built. Where is she? Okay. So she's got the leader skill, attack power of ally monsters with fire attribute by 40%. She's not as good as Perna, of course. She's not as good as Perna, but leaves a branding here too. So that's another monster that will brand for you. But let's talk about some other options that could be Mav. Fire Panda is good here. What else? The Fire Harpy I think is pretty good here. I didn't build her, but I think she can be pretty good here. But this one is the trickier one. This in my opinion, I know I have a decent score on it, but it took me a while to really get to a level where I was like, okay, we're actually getting a good score all the time. It was kind of tricky at first. And Perna helped, but Perna didn't help as much as Fire Homunculus and Jameer. Jameer and Fire Homunculus made honestly a big difference. It's like surprisingly. But like I said, Mav is good too to use as well. Element advantage. brand, defense break, and we don't have. I mean, we don't have a ton of heal on here. We don't have a ton of heal. It's just we need more. We needed more access to Chusun's third skill, which is good. But it's doing doing enough damage that we don't have to worry as much about the heal because we're doing too much damage too fast. That's kind of the point. So we don't need to constantly be worried about we're dying because we didn't heal enough. It's we did too much damage and now he's dead. So, but that is a tricky one. That is a tricky one. That was giving me a hard time for a while. All right, so then we have the light one. So the point of the light one is you want to do big, and I know some of this doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Is this the team that I even used for this? I didn't even I don't really. Okay, here's the thing. I don't really use this. I don't really run the light one all the time. Basically, what you want to do, same things: attack buff, defense buff. Not defense buff, attack buff, defense break, brand, big single target damage, but you want to do big single target burst damage instead of multi-hits, right? Big single target burst damage, not little weak damage. So things like, I mean, she's really good, right? She's really good for a few reasons. She's on speaker damage. Okay, what is she? Is she for... Did I ruin her for Necropolis too? Because I sometimes play around with her in Necropolis just for fun. I don't know. But this attack power leader skill is great. She is a really good monster in the water. God, why do I not understand flavors? Why do I not understand flavors? She's a really good monster for the light rift beast, which we are in, because we have this defense break here. We have big damage overall, squishy big damage dealer. And then we have a defense break and brand, right? So 3 things that are really important for us. And the leader skill. Leader skill is great too. Leader skill is great. Also these, I think the archers. The archers have really good leader skills. We'll take a look at them in a second too. Tishar is there because he does big damage. I know you're like, oh, Han, yeah, let me just get right on that and summon Han. Don't need to summon Han. It's okay. Just he's there because he is big single target burst damage and element advantage, right? Then we have this guy who's actually speaker damage attack. I don't remember, like a lot of these I might not have used the same runes when I did this. But speaker damage attack is generally for Shumar anyway, but he does big burst damage, right? Big burst damage, and he has element advantage. All right. And then I think, what did I even use this? I don't even know if I used this fire homunculus. I guess I did. I guess I used the fire homunculus when I did that. Okay. But other good monsters for there. Big burst single target burst damage. Single target burst damage. Let's see. What else is going to be good? What else is going to be good for that You got to be careful with that dark one. But yeah. She could be good. She could be good. She does big single target damage, and she has element advantage over that. Who else? Who else? I haven't tried a whole lot of these things with that. I think, is he maybe possibly good? He doesn't do a defense break or a brand or anything. She has a great leader skill for this, though. I don't know. Because, see, I don't know if I like her for that one, though. I don't know, aside from her leader skill. But I wanted to take a look at this girl. This girl, leader skill 35%, dark damage. Okay. Various harmful effects. And then big damage, ignores enemy defense too. So I think she'd be really, really good for that. And then I think, who else? Faye, definitely. I mean, if you have Faye, she's amazing for that, right? I think Dark Assassin would be really good for that. Just dark single target. I mean, big dark single target damage, right? So, I know I'm trying to help, but even big single target damage, even if it's not dark, even if it's not a dark monster, as long as it's big single target, like, because I brought Tishar with me. Tishar is great too. Who else did I use before this though? I know I used other teams, but like if they do big, like one big burst shot, right? So I think Brandy I've used in here too. I think Brandy I've used in here too. But that's for that one. And like I said, Guys, I don't do the light and the dark ones that often. I haven't, like, I did them before when I was doing the homunculus, and then I kind of stopped doing them. I do the fire, water, wind ones much more. Otherwise, I would have better teams for these ones. Okay, so what do we have here? This one we want to do multi-hits, right? So what do we have here? We have... There's two totally different teams. Okay, that works. Attack, power, leader skill. We have Colleen, which is a heal, and she does multi-hit. We have Huahi, which is another healer that does multi-hit, plus attack power buffer. So we're fine on the attack power buffs. We have 2 attack power buffers that also heal and multi-hit. So these are multitasking monsters that bring more than one thing to the table for this. Water Monkey, mostly for the attack power leader skill, also because he does multiple damage, multiple hits with his 3rd skill. We have Water Lich, who does... This is basically your Necropolis team. You put your Necropolis team in here. Water Lich does a defense break, does multiple hits for his 1st and 2nd skills. Xiaolin does a defense break and multiple hits for his for her 1st and... Well, multiple hits for everything, right? Because the 1st one can proc into the 2nd one, and then she has the multi-hit 3rd skill. And then the Wind Homunculus, same thing. I was using his brand and multi-hit 3rd skill. So, I don't remember the exact build for that. But then we have this other team, which apparently I used after that. It's the Dark Lich. Again, Liches, multi-hit and a defense break. Panda, multi-hit and a defense break. Fire Panda would work here too. And then I guess I took Huahi out. I don't know. Like, I don't know why I used this one next instead of the other one. But still multi-hits, still attack power leader, defense breaks, brands, one brand, etc., etc. So, I mean, it's pretty cut and dry for all of them. You want element advantage. Again, to recap, element advantage, defense breaks, brand, attack power leader. There you go. And monsters that function for more than one thing. Like if they have a defense break, a brand, and big damage, that's great. If they have, like, let's say, a defense break, a brand, and a heal, that's great. If they have a defense break, attack buff, and heal, that's great. You know, or like big damage and an attack buff. Or, you know, just multiple things that you need all in the same package. So if a monster can serve multiple roles, that's your best bet. I know, I'm so long-winded. So long-winded. Oh my god, so long-winded. But I think a lot of the damage dealers, when you look at these monsters, you need multiple damage dealers for all of them. Like, you're focused mostly on damage. So, oh my goodness. Ugh, talk too much. Chewbacca talks too much, as usual. But I don't remember what I was going to say. You need multiple damage dealers. Defense breaks, brands. How many more times can I say the same thing? Attack power buffs. Oh, for your big damage dealers, though, Fatal, Rage, Fight Runes. Fight Runes are really, really good. And then just as much damage as you can get overall. That's it. Alright? So I hope you guys got some help. There's another great YouTuber, Maths Plus Games. He tries to really go super hard. Like, all I care about is making sure I get consistent triple S. Sometimes I get double S. That's fine. I'm not gonna beat myself up about it and like try to re-rune everything just to get, like, if I get double S every so often. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, as long as it's mostly triple S. If it's like single S all the time, then I'm like, okay, I gotta upgrade, I gotta change it up, I gotta fix things. Also, my towers are all upgraded too, so keep that in mind too. But yeah, Maths Plus Games, he actually does try to get the most possible damage out of every single one. He's like, how can I put, and he puts Fight Runes on everything, right? Fight Runes are so great. Okay. Let's go take a look at Fight Runes. Because I like have Fight Runes on like a few of my monsters. But why are we going here? Okay. So Fight Runes, ally attack plus 8%. So let's say we have a set of Fight Runes on all of our whatever monsters. Where's the Quackalator? Okay. I should be able to do this in my head. Actually, I can't do this in my head. It's 48%. So we have 8% times 6 monsters. If each one of them has a set of fight runes, 48% more attack. That's like a Perna leader skill right there, plus 4%. If every monster has 3 sets of fight runes, that's 144% extra damage. Like, you lose out from not having it on Fatal, whatever, but 144% is a big percentage, right? Huge. You like, Fatal applies to the one monster, fight runes apply to everyone. It's just a better value overall if you use fight runes. So just putting fight runes on your monsters, tremendous increase in damage, right? So I don't use fight runes on everything. I use fight runes on... Where do I even use fight runes? I use fight runes mostly for arena offense for some, like Vanessa, Tion, mostly for that. But if I did use fight runes on these Rift Beasts, much more damage, like tremendous amount more damage, right? So anyway, if you really want to take that next step, that's the way to go. But anyway, guys, this is hopefully helps some people. Again, if you're early game, don't worry about the Rift Beasts. I know it's boring to keep farming Giants and Dragons. Keep farming Giants and Dragons! Because it makes no sense to, like, do these Rift Beasts and get a C, and just do them it's just not productive to do these C. I sound like a Hispanic. C. No bueno. But it's just, it doesn't make any sense from like an energy perspective to keep grinding these so much, getting a low grade. Just work on your monsters, make good teams. You can use some stuff that from other teams, and do it that way. This is kind of end game content, guys. So don't like rush into this first. All right, make sure you have at least 6-starred monsters, some totem upgrades, some like from the glory shop, 6-starred awakened monsters with decent runes, at least 5 and 6-star runes. Make sure the monsters make sense, right? Alright, guys, that's it for today. Long-winded Jew Bagel video. As usual, I thought this was going to be like a 10-minute video, but no, it never is. It never is. Alright. I tried. I actually try to make them short. I don't know what happens, but I try to make them short. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this. I will see you as always in the next one.